Florida State can't go no lower than what they did last year. That was the second worst season in the history of their football program. And in 2025, I'm expecting them to have a strong bounce back season. And Gus Malzahn is going to be a huge part of that. Hiring him as their offensive coordinator wasn't a flashy hire. It was a huge, big name hire in terms of name recognition. Everybody knows who Gus Malzahn is. He was the offensive coordinator of Auburn when they won a national championship with Cam Newton. He also led Auburn to a national championship early during his stint as Auburn's head coach. And his offenses have been pretty solid. But what he specializes in the most is what Florida State was severely lacking last year. And if they're going to have a bounce back season, their offense is going to need to establish identity. And Gus Malzahn is going to give them that. Everywhere Gus Malzahn has been, he's always produced really efficient rushing attacks. Every running back that you plug and play into his system always produces, and they normally end up getting an opportunity at the next level. Trey Mason is one of the more notable running backs that I remember that Gus Malzahn has turned out of his offense. And Florida State, when this program is at their best, they always have a really good running back. Dalvin Cook, Cam Akers. And this year, they got talent in the running back room. And last year, they were the worst team in all of FBS running the football. They were 132nd in rushing yards per game and yards per carry. Gus Malzahn is guaranteed to majorly improve Florida State's rushing attack. They're going to have more creativity and physicality running the football. When you think of Florida State's offense this year, you're going to think of this being a run-first team. Last year, when somebody asked you what is the identity of Florida State's offense, you just threw your hands up because they didn't have one. The offensive line should improve, and you bring in a capable quarterback and Thomas Castellanos from Boston College. I don't really know why he got benched, because he looked pretty solid. Maybe it was some behind-the-scenes things that happened, but he's a match made in heaven for Gus Malzahn because he is the perfect prototype for what Gus Malzahn wants out of his quarterbacks. You're a really good runner. You're pretty much like a running back at quarterback. Thomas Castellanos, he's really elusive, really shifty. He knows how to make guys miss. He has pretty good vision, and he's a pretty solid passer. The problem with him is that he needs to be more consistent, but he had 18 touchdowns and only 5 picks in 2024 last year. With FSU getting winning quarterback play this year, hopefully from Thomas Castellanos, and Gus Malzahn being able to provide an identity to this offense, it's going to help this defense out as well. Because now the defense is not going to have to be on the field for the amount of time and the amount of possessions that they were last year. There were games when the defense actually showed up, when the defense actually did have some effort and they had some pep in their step. But eventually they got worn down during the course of the game because Florida State's offense was going 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and 3 and out. Even if the defense would come away with a turnover or they would do something good, they're right back on the field 30 seconds later. Gus Malzahn is going to fix two of the biggest issues with Florida State from last season. He's going to give this offense identity. They're going to be a physical, run-first offense, and he's going to help Thomas Castellanos provide winning quarterback play for the Seminoles. And with the hiring of Gus Malzahn, Florida State should at least, at the bare minimum, win 6 games this year. At least be bowl eligible. If they can't do that, then it is time for the Noles to clean house, get rid of Mike Norvell, Gus, and bring in a new regime. But I expect Florida State to be able to turn it around with what they're bringing in out of the transfer portal. 3 plug and play starters on the offensive line. You got a new offensive staff, new offensive line coach, new quarterbacks coach, new everything. And ACC is not that good. So, if anything, Florida State getting the 6 wins, it shouldn't even be a shocker. They should at least, at best, if everything goes right, maybe be competing for the ACC title.